Welcome back to Safe Space with Kira Graves. I am your host, Kira Graves, and this is my lovely friend, Kayla.
Hi, how are you? They can't respond.
They can't respond.
Well, they could. This is role play.
Crickets.
Hi, thank you so much for joining us today.
So today, Kayla's going to be doing some ASMR. It's your lucky day. I know you've always wanted that.
I'll start to get a little normal after we get more talking.
So do you want to do a little intro in case people don't know you?
Sure.
Just like, what do you do?
That's a good question. I'm trying to figure it out.
Who are you?
My name's Kayla. Kayla Zulik Russo. Is that my hashtag now?
Yes.
Yeah. I changed. I just got married a couple months ago. So yeah, Kayla Zulik Russo. I'm a content creator.
Yeah.
Finding my way. I did body positivity and self-confidence and body confidence for a very long time. I kind of grew on TikTok from that. And this past year, I've kind of like stepped away from it. And I am currently doing like autumnal, seasonal, cozy vibes, like dark academia and all the fun things. And I'm just having fun. I'm just here.
You're just existing.
I'm just existing.
You're just doing your witchy shit, man.
I am.
Another witchy. All my guests have to be witchy.
Love that.
So that's like literally a prerequisite. And you're already hitting the mark.
We're
so.
witchy bitches.
Yeah. What I'm curious though is, are you gonna keep making autumn content when it's not autumn?
I love like seasonal stuff. So
Okay.
like Halloween's my season. My birthday's October 27th. Scorpio. It's who I am. It's my favorite time of year. Like I start not celebrating. I start like decorating and getting into the mood in like August. And not because I'm trying to like rush any of the seasons away, but fall is literally like the shortest season.
It is.
And it makes me sad because it's like I get seasonal depression like towards the end of summer. I get a little too warm. I love the summer. I love the heat, but sometimes it gets a little much.
Yeah.
It's a little too much. And we only get like a month, especially here, we only really get like a month
I know.
of fall weather. It goes from like super hot, we get a little bit of chilly, and then we get winter for like 8 months.
Oh,
It's the worst. So
Ugh.
I just start getting in the mood a little earlier just so I can
I like
enjoy
that.
it more, you know?
I love that. I
It's
love
so
that.
fun.
Yeah. You gotta do what makes you happy.
It makes me so happy.
Period.
Like my home right now, like it's spooky.
I
It's
love your home.
cozy, and it just feels like the way it should be.
Yeah. No, when I walked in there, it made complete sense. I was like, yep, this is Kayla's home for sure. 100%.
Love that.
Love like the witchy like wall in your living room with the
It's-
green wall. Oh my God, I love that color.
Literally, I've gotten so many questions on like the paint color of it because it's just
Oh,
like,
it's such a good color.
and I think we're gonna paint a little more of that green color because that was like the first thing that we started because if you don't know, I tried to do the clean girl thing. I tried minimalistic, like neutral color decor because you see it all over like Instagram and
Yeah.
TikTok, and it's like what's really successful right now. Like a lot of creators who are doing well, like that's like especially like in fashion because I do like a lot of mid-size and like plus size fashion, and I'm like I just thought that's what my home was. I was using my home as like a backdrop for my content. I'm like, this is what my stuff is supposed to look like, and it bummed me out. I got real depressed,
Yeah.
and I love seeing it like for other people, like if that's who you are. Amazing.
Great.
Yeah, for me, I'm like, this is just like not what my home is supposed to look like. So we started with that wall. We painted it. It's called Northwoods by Bear Paint. Stunning. It's like a rich evergreen. And we're doing like a gallery wall. So we just got like little trinkets and mirrors, and it's doing so good. So we're
I
kind of
love it.
expanding that throughout the rest of the house now.
Oh, I can't
I'm
wait
so
to see
ex-
it.
I'm so
I can't
excited.
wait to see it. Oh. It's perfect for all your witchy shit, you know.
I-
Do you have like a witchy room?
So I have like our front room. We kind of renovated it, and it was going to be originally like my content studio. So we painted it like this neutral, like beige color and everything. And it has like a neutral carpet and white, whatever, like
Yeah, white
fireplace,
walls, white,
whatever.
Yeah.
And we spent a lot of money doing that. And so now we're kind of at a point where it's like, okay, I kind of want to keep that color because I'm kind of using it as like my spirituality room, like a place where I can go in my home to like relax, get away from everything. So I think I'm going to keep everything like that and then kind of move my witchy stuff in there and just have it as like, I have like a little altar space. So I think that's just going to be like what that room is for me. And I'll film
Yes.
content in there too. It's just, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they say like when you meditate and like or do spells or whatever you
Yeah.
do, they say to have like a sacred space.
Yes, just
which
for you.
I don't have that. Like my whole apartment is kind of like a sacred space.
Of course it is.
Because like I will not let any like weird energies come in here. Like that's for sure.
Except for me.
Well, except for Kayla. Today's the exception. Yeah. Kayla's the only weirdo that gets. No, I'm kidding. You have to be a weirdo to come in here. Seriously.
Well, like the good thing
Weirdos only.
altar spaces, like the good thing is that like it doesn't need to be like your altar space could be a windowsill. Like your little
Right.
spot that you have out there with like your
Yeah.
that is like an altar space for you.
Okay.
Like it doesn't need
So
to be
that's
like
good
this,
enough.
yeah, it doesn't need to be this whole thing. It's more of like an intentional like how you feel about it and like what it's
Okay.
used for. It's like a spot that you have just for like that kind of stuff. You cleanse it like
Yeah.
regularly and keep your like tokens there that make you feel like when you ground yourself and do whatever. And like
Yeah.
that's like what that is.
Okay.
You're doing great.
Well, then I literally have that. Like
You do, of course you
okay,
do.
I don't even have to worry. Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys how we met. And I feel like I already like kind of told because I made a Coachella vlog and like you saw Kayla in the Coachella vlog.
Yeah, we got lost.
Oh my God, it was so scary. But yeah, we met at Coachella. Kayla is also with the same management. And we are the only like Canadians on that trip.
Mhm.
And so we flew there and then we met.
They
and
literally booked
immediately-
our plane seats together.
Yeah, our seats were together. So they already knew that we were gonna get along. Like they really did. They had a feeling.
I'll give them that. They
Yeah,
knew exactly.
They
what
had a
they were
feeling.
doing.
And like immediately into the plane ride, like 5 minutes into the plane ride, we're already like trauma dumping.
Oh yeah, it was so good.
And then I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna like this girl. Like,
We're like,
slay.
so this is my childhood trauma. And this is why I am the way I am.
It was great.
It was
Like
so
that's
good.
like that's the kind of company I love to keep.
Well, when we're like sitting next to someone you don't know for like what is it, 6 hours to get
Yeah.
somewhere, you better hope you're comfortable with them.
Oh,
we're like, let's just get
thank-
this out of the way.
Yeah.
We're good.
Thank God. Yeah. It's like I need you to know like the most fucked up shit about my family. Just so we're like good. Like now you know where I'm coming from and why I have like certain like triggers. Like there was this man
The guy who was taking our tickets to get on the plane.
yes.
I forgot about that.
And he was like
I've never seen you so mad since then. That's like the only time I've seen you like so mad.
I was really triggered and like I just let it out. Like I fully let it out in front of
He
Kayla.
was so passive aggressive for no reason.
He was so basically it was like I was supposed to board in like group 5 and you were group 2 or
But
something
we were-
like that.
Yeah, we were next to each other though.
Yeah. And so they're like, okay, so only like groups 1 and 2 can board the plane. And Kayla was group 2. And she was just like, well, why don't we just like go up together because you're sitting next to me?
Yeah.
And so we go up and he's like, well, you guys are adults. You can read that we're only doing group 1 and 2. We're not children, right, ladies? And like he was
But you know like when you need to be up here. You know. But it sounded like he had like a pleasant tone, but it just wasn't. And I was so
we knew
confused.
the undertone.
I was confused. I'm like, wait, what is happening? Because you like were so sweet, and I'm like, wait, am I misreading this? And you're just like, absolutely, totally. No, we got the vibe. I'm like, am I misreading that? I'm like, what is happening right now?
And then as soon as we like start walking down the like hallway to go to the plane, I'm like, fuck that
Oh,
guy,
you were like-
motherfucker.
I was like, oh, okay, I'm caught up.
Yeah, you're like,
I'm
whoa,
caught up now.
okay. didn't catch the vibe, but now I get it. And then I just had to be like, yeah, you know, like it is what it is. This is how I am, man.
And I was like, oh, I like her. This is good.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, Coachella.
So
that was an
Coachella was great.
experience.
It was great because we were together.
We were
Yep.
together
Yep.
in a beautiful house.
Oh my
A beautiful house.
The last day was the best, where we could
Like-
just like
We pooped where Kylie Jenner pooped. What?
shit.
Oh my god.
We're celebs. We share the same water pooping bowl.
That really-
as
that
Kylie
was-
Jenner.
And Demi Lovato. Oh my! Don't forget
Oh,
Demi,
Demi Lovato.
our queen.
Don't forget her.
We love her.
Holy shit. Them?
I think because they said they wanted like they represented as like they, but
Yeah.
then they kind of came out and were like tired of
Tired of they, them?
like having to correct everyone, and that just kind of came to a point where like I don't care.
Oh, okay.
So just
That's kind of like me.
just
to be
got fed.
honest.
I'm just like I am what I am. Call me what you want to call me.
Period. That's me.
Yeah,
That's what I
that is
do.
literally you.
Because like I got so tired too. I'm like, oh, you guys are never gonna get it.
No, and it's not people you need to be putting your energy into. If they don't, they don't need to.
Yeah,
And
fuck
that's
it.
okay.
Yeah, I'm curious to like hear about your TikTok journey
Oh,
because
TikTok.
only if you want to talk about it.
We can talk about TikTok.
And like, you know, like how you feel now about it and like your content and like, yeah.
TikTok and I have a deep and complicated relationship. There's a lot of love-hate.
I get it.
I mean, anyone who like creates on TikTok, like you just kind of gets where I'm coming from, but it brought me a lot of opportunities. It's great because like anyone can create on TikTok. Like you don't need to have a following. Like the For You page will just randomly push out a video. Like if you have one video that goes viral, you'll get a following and then you can just kind of like build from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like it's just like it's getting very oversaturated.
It is.
There's a lot going on. The algorithm really like, and there's been like proof, like people who have worked for TikTok have even said like they choose what kind of content gets pushed out, like which months.
Oh, wow.
And like
Really?
that's why certain people always do well and other people just kind of fall off the map. It's like a thing. Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
Like
and-
I knew that there's some like weird algorithm stuff going on and it doesn't all really make sense
You can't really do anything like
about it. Yeah.
And it's like you always have to do like what's trending, and for me that just gets boring. Like trends are fun if like I'm like I find a way, like I know how I could use this for whatever kind of content I'm making, but I don't want to be like I have to make this just so I can stay relevant, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And it's because I don't know how different it is with YouTube. Like I don't make a lot of YouTube yet, but because I have like over 400,000 followers on TikTok, but I only reach like regularly, I would say like my average viewpoint per video is like between 2,000 and 5,000. And it's not even all of my followers. It's typically like 60% non-followers. So you don't really reach the people you follow. And because when people swipe on the For You page, they just hit follow, like if they like one person's content. But when you're like the majority of people on TikTok literally follow thousands of people.
Yeah.
So if you're only spending a couple, like let's say 2 hours a day scrolling for whatever reason, and you're following to like there's no way you can see everyone you follow. And it's like it's harder to build like relationships where like people want to like find you and come back to you, and like as opposed like with a YouTube channel, like I have so many YouTubers that I love, and I'm like I crave watching those specific people, so I'll go and search them and watch their videos. It's just a very different platform.
And do you feel like that has changed a lot since you started on TikTok? Like, was it different when you started on TikTok? Was it more community based? Like,
yeah, it was. And it was kind of weird because like I first started when a lot of people did. It was like during COVID, like right at the beginning. I'm like, I'm bored. I'm like, I can't believe I'm downloading this stupid app. Yeah. And I just started making stuff. And I definitely had, I think within the first couple months, I reached like 100,000. And it was like all the same people. Like it was all the same people commenting. Like I knew my followers. I knew like had like relationships with them. Yeah. And now it's kind of like I still have those couple people, but and I get that people kind of move on and find new people, and you just don't always keep up. But it's harder to feel like a community based thing, and it's also like very selective with people. There's no like one way for it to work, if that makes sense. Like every creator on TikTok has a different experience. With followers and like stuff like that. If you're trying to pay attention to that kind of thing,
you're kind of just like crossing your fingers. Yeah, you're like putting content out there, and like as long as you feel good about it, that's all that matters. And you can't control like how many people are gonna see it. You can't control the outcome. So just like as long as you feel good about your content, then that's it. Like, that's all you can do.
Honestly, I kind of use it for shit posting these days. It's just like I film stuff. If I like it, I'll throw it on there.
Yeah.
At some point, I think I'm kind of like stepping back from TikTok and focusing more on Instagram and YouTube because it is more like community based. Like you reach people who genuinely like the stuff you're making, and they just stick with you, and it feels like smaller, but not like in a bad way small. Just Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And it's also like I've noticed that different content does well on different platforms.
Absolutely.
So for me, like I've been making a lot of like body confidence content on Instagram.
We love that.
And
it does good.
People on Instagram love that shit. And I think it's because Instagram has been such a like, honestly, it has a bad rap for being like really toxic to
Facetune,
young girls, just honestly everyone.
Facetune is so bad on Instagram.
Yeah.
I've been through it. I was a victim of Facetune for a long time.
I used to have an app where I would like, move my waist in.
Mhm.
Like it was just the thing because you just felt like so unbeautiful.
Not the right type
Yeah.
of pretty.
Yeah.
And there's like on Instagram, you have to be a certain type of pretty.
Yeah.
Which is what it felt like. Like you don't obviously have to, but.
Yeah. And I feel like people are so fed up with that they are really enjoying the opposite content now.
They're like, oh my God, these people look like me. This is like so nice.
Yeah. Like just showing like real bodies, not edited. Let's see them.
Well, and even for me, like, I mean, when was it? I think it was late 2021. I came to like a revolution with myself and I deleted all my editing apps. I vowed to like stop editing all my photos. I threw out $500 worth of makeup because I got to a point where I didn't feel comfortable leaving the house without putting anything on. And I'm like, I know I need to do this. So for a while, all I did was like I brushed my brows, had a little bit of mascara and maybe some blush or something. And that's all I had for like 7 months until I got to a point where I was like genuinely like comfortable just seeing my own face. And then I started like, it was a whole thing.
Good for you.
It was really hard. But
yeah,
before that, I was still doing body positivity and stuff. And I always edited my body in photos.
Yeah.
And it's like, I wanted to keep myself looking bigger, like still like as a plus size or mid-sized person, whatever you want to call me. That's a whole thing. But I edited it so that I looked like the ideal like plus size model shape where it's like you still kind of have a flat stomach, you have like hourglass and a big butt and big thighs, but you're still obviously a little bit bigger, while I'm kind of Apple. I carry a lot of my weight in my belly, and that's okay.
Slay.
I have like kind of smaller legs. It's like just very the opposite of what is the ideal plus size Instagrammer body. That took a toll.
I'm so proud of you for doing that, because that's like, you really told yourself like, I'm gonna love you, bitch. You looked in the mirror and you're like, no, you know what? Like, I'm choosing to love myself right now, and I'm gonna do all that I can to work on that. And like, look at you now. Like,
it was hard.
I'm sure your confidence grew like crazy from that moment.
And it was just like the way I saw myself. It was so weird because I mean, even when I was at home, if I wasn't leaving the house, I would still have makeup on. So even when I was only existing with myself, that was the only version of myself I saw. So that when I did take off my makeup, I saw it as like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm not pretty. Because that's how I was so used to seeing myself. So that when it went away, I wasn't normalized with seeing just myself as I am, which is a really weird feeling to like experience. It was so odd. I spent a lot of time looking in the mirror, like just at my face, which seems like it.
No, me too.
I feel like that could be like a good or a bad thing for certain situations where it's like, I could have done it too much. But I feel like for me, it was good to just like know what my face looked like and get comfortable with it. Like normalize myself with my face.
Yeah, so you did it once you were on that journey of like getting rid of your makeup, deleting all your apps. Yeah. And that's when you started doing that. Yeah. Like I feel like I would, because like I struggle with body dysmorphia and just like seeing my body in a different way, like how it isn't actually in real life.
Yeah.
I explain that weirdly. But like,
no, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, you see something else when you look in the mirror and not what you actually look like. And so that's been really like fucking with me, especially since I'm an ex-dancer. Like, you know, our whole job was to look in the mirror and make sure that
dance community.
But yeah, and then I just got into the habit of like staring at myself and like, you know, just being like, oh, why isn't this the way I want it to be? But I found that for me, actually, stopping the obsessive mirror checking thing has been really helpful for me.
Good.
So it's interesting. It's like it helped you to look in the mirror more
for different like purposes,
for different reasons. Like, yeah,
it's so crazy.
Yeah,
bodies are weird and beautiful. They're all like, it's just like a weird, like, think about in the grand scheme of things. Like, I know so many people like put it into this perspective and you don't really think about it. We are in space, this vast space that we don't really know what's out there.
We're floating
on this rock. And we just like happen to be here, and we're worried about like what our vessels look like. So like that's just like,
yeah.
I feel like I had to put that into perspective for myself like so often, because I'm just like, it doesn't matter.
It literally doesn't.
It doesn't matter. Like, take care of yourself, or like, and you know what? Like, if you're someone who like, it's hard to take care of yourself sometimes. Like, mental health is such a real thing, and if you're in a place where you're not able to like take care of yourself, whatever that means for you, I don't understand how that's such like a villainized thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's like we're all trying our fucking best out here.
We're just trying our best.
We have so many like expectations on us constantly from society, from our peers, from our family. Like, we're always trying to like feel like we need to fit this standard. And like, yeah, the past like 3 years have just been me like unlearning all that shit. And I feel like that's probably what you did too, is just you had to unlearn shit and, you know, create new positive thoughts about yourself.
Even recognizing that you need to like unlearn stuff is such a big step.
Oh, yeah.
Because like even like it's so easy to like fake confidence and fake self-love these days.
Yeah.
And it's like, even though like you're faking it, but you want to, like your core values and like the core and like how you feel about yourself might never actually change. And it's so hard to like switch that.
Yeah. What was the moment for you that you feel like that switch?
I've tried to think about it, and I honestly I don't think there was just a time where I'm like, this is the day where I realized. It was just a very gradual thing for me.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, I noticed kind of little things would stop bothering me, and it wasn't like a one big thing. It was like little things would change, and then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, I'm fine. Like everything's gonna be okay.
Yeah, you make like small little adjustments every day, and that adds up. Like I think people think that they need to like figure everything out all in one day or like all in 1 week or whatever.
It takes time.
Oh my God,
it's
like,
a lot.
It's a long ass process, and I think we'll all be like working on that for the rest of our lives.
Well, and I think that's something that is also hard about it. Is like, I mean, for me personally, I have like the women in my family highly struggle still with genuine self-love and accepting their body as it is. Like all the women in my family are like, we're a little bigger. And that's just, our family is revolved around food. We love food. We show love by making food. We love food. And I don't think that's a bad thing.
Hell
It is what it is.
Food makes me so happy.
And there's still a lot of like rooted self-hatred in a lot of the women in my life. And it's really hard to kind of move out from that and still kind of be surrounded with that thinking while trying to step back yourself, and also not wanting to like pressure those around you either to make this journey, because you kind of have to decide it for yourself, and it's so different for everyone. And I feel like that's something I had to like learn how to deal with. My mom and my sister, like we all have struggled with a lot of the same mental health issues and issues with our bodies, and we're all obviously at various different ages and at so many different stages in our lives. And it's so weird that like these 3 people who are family, who are so close, who have like share these issues, are at such different places with it and like knowing what to do with it.
Do you find that it's hard sometimes to connect with, you know, people who aren't at the same like stage as you?
I wouldn't say it's hard to connect. I sometimes have to just like not respond, or like when there's like self-talk about like weight loss and stuff like that, like it's triggering for me a little bit, because it took me so long to get away from that mindset, that being around people who have that mindset, it's hard.
Yeah.
But I also still want to be there to support like my family, right? Like we're so close and love them, and they're doing their own journey with whatever's good for them. I'll never tell anyone that they need to do this to be the best version of themselves or whatever.
Totally.
Right? But yeah, so I definitely like had to set some boundaries where I'm like, just the majority of the time, like I can't have you talk to me about this. I know in the past, like I did as well, but I'm kind of at this place in my life, and it bothers me a bit. So I think setting boundaries with people around you is like, we set boundaries.
We do.
We are boundary setters.
Good for you though for
It's
saying
hard.
that. It's hard too. I know. Like my mom and I struggle with the same OCD and like thought patterns, and so. And I love her so much. Like she raised me basically single-handedly, and she's an amazing person. But it's like sometimes like being around her, it triggers me. And it's like, it's not her fault, but it's hard when you're trying to work through your own stuff and it comes from your family. Like, you know, it's rooted from your family.
And so it's not their fault either, though.
It's not their fault, but you're taking it upon yourself to like create new healthy thought patterns for yourself.
Yes.
But you also want to see your family. Like I feel like that's
It's
such a
complicated.
Tricky thing
It
to
is.
do.
It's weird.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess setting boundaries, like that's a really good point, because I've had to, or like sometimes I'll fall into the trap of like being people's therapists too. But then, like you said, it's
We're
like
healers. We're healers. That's why.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Like, but it's like, that's not my job.
Nope.
It's not my job. And also, they didn't necessarily ask for it. So, you know, don't put the pressure on yourself to do that.
Nope.
unless you want to, unless you really want to, and unless they're asking for it, and just, I guess, like, be okay with disagreeing, but it doesn't have to become like a fight.
No.
It can,
and that's
just,
a thing too.
Yeah.
I think something I've learned, because I come from a family of very strong-headed people, and I'm a very strong-headed person with my opinions, whether they're right or wrong. Just what, especially like growing up in, like, I grew up with a English professor. Like, my mom is a very stubborn person. My dad is a very stubborn person. They're both, like, their views on the world and stuff are very polar opposite. So getting, like, my opinion and, like, what I think out into the world is always something that was very important to me, like, growing up. And now getting to a place where I'm like, I can have my strong opinions, but it doesn't need to matter as much as I thought it did. Like, being able to be okay with people existing and not agreeing with them is, like, a big thing.
So my camera died, just so you guys know.
We're back.
And we're back.
We're refreshed.
Yes. We had to get out of this hot room.
so hot.
Oh, I'm sweating so bad. Like, literally, like, I'm gonna,
You smell great.
Great. I'm glad. It's the Saltation Arrow, not sponsored.
It could be.
Please sponsor me. This podcast is about, like, you know, I talk about my healing journey, and I also ask my guests about their healing journey. So I would love to, we're all healing, you know, and it's a process and it's not linear, and we're all trying our best. But do you want to talk a little bit about your healing journey?
No. Yeah, I do. Okay, so
it could be with whatever you want to share. You don't have to share anything you don't want to share.
Well, I mean, so obviously body positivity and body acceptance, like, just everything that's grouped in with that was obviously a very big part of my life, and was pretty much my entire social media presence for a long time. And now it's not. And a lot of people are wondering why.
Yeah, I bet.
And so we can talk about that, I guess.
Yeah.
I made, like, a little video kind of explaining why, and that was, like, kind of good enough for me and good enough for everyone, and it worked out. But as much good as it did, and as many people as I helped, and as, like, much as the experience, like, helped me get to where I am, having a social media solely dedicated to your body or your body type or bodies in general, positive or negative, takes a toll.
Absolutely.
And I didn't realize for a long time until this year. And I'm like, okay, I'm kind of starting to go in circles now. Like, it was just like,
yeah,
I don't know if that's the right word, but was ready to get to a point of, like, body neutrality, which I think, like, like, there should be a balance of everything, like self-love, body positivity, body confidence, knowing your worth, and also being neutral about it.
Yeah, just being, like, good with it.
Yeah.
Accepting.
I think it depends on the day. And I really needed to work on, like, the body neutrality. Like, I feel like every single day I needed to post, and, like, I needed to show my body in a certain way. And again, it was showing it in a way that was hoping to help other people be comfortable with those parts of me that they might have had. But again, just having to think about your body in that way, where it's like, you're not even thinking about it as your body. It's more almost like a prop for the internet.
Yeah.
And, like, I was sacrificing that part of me to help other people, which I was like, not good. Wasn't good for me.
Do you feel like at first when you started doing it, it was helping you?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
And then after a while, it started to become not healthy for you anymore.
So I started doing body positivity because I like discovered the concept of body positivity on TikTok. Like, that's kind of like when I realized, I'm like, oh, this is, like, actually a thing. And, like, there weren't too many creators. And I'm like, I started going on that journey of body positivity. And it was kind of a way for me to, like, track that and just, like, share it with people and whatnot. And I kind of got to a point where I was finally like, okay, I mean, we all have insecurities. Like, they never fully go away. And that's normal and that's fine. But I was in a good space. I was in a safe space with Cure Grace. And yeah, I feel like it got to a point where I'm like, okay, I'm good now. And now I'm just doing this because this is why people follow me. And I mean, I went doing content, like, full time. So I'm like, okay, now this is paying my paycheck. So I have to make sure this is, like, money is a big motivator. And
totally,
that just became, like, the only reason I kept doing body positivity. And I was grateful for everything it brought me. I was grateful for the other creators that I met who do it. And I still think it should be content that's made and talked about. It's just not what I should be doing anymore.
Yeah, like that your journey is moving on.
Yeah, and that's okay. I lost, like, a lot of followers and I gained a lot of followers because this year's been, like, super up and down with, like, my content, right? I've been, like, I've been trying, like, I haven't stuck to a single niche. I've just been, like, kind of trying to find, like, the creativity in me again, as opposed to having to feel, like, enclosed in, like, this box, like this, especially on TikTok. Like, if you have a niche, you have to stick to it or you will not reach anybody.
Period.
It's a thing.
It is,
and
a
it's
thing.
unfortunate. So I just started like not caring about that anymore. And I'm like, well, I'm just gonna start creating stuff, and like if I find videos that I have fun making and genuinely enjoy making, I'll stick with that. Which it's taken like quite a few months, but I think I'm there now. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
I love your content, and I just love who you are as a person, and I think like everyone who follows you too loves you for who you are. And you know, the people that were just like following you for your body or whatever and like don't care about your personality, like they're gone,
and that's fine.
And that's
if that's why they were following me,
exactly,
that's why they needed me. And if what I'm putting out there doesn't do anything for them anymore, that's okay.
Cool.
They're allowed to leave.
Yeah.
And like, just because there's been so many creators that I loved in the past, but just I moved on from because it's not the kind of content I liked watching anymore. And
yeah,
I think that's okay.
Yeah, it is okay.
And now I'm finding new people that like this kind of stuff, and it's like super fun to like create like a new little community, if that makes sense. It's like just so fun.
I feel you. I feel like I literally like my journey with social media has been so similar this year as well.
Like, how long have you been doing YouTube for now?
2017.
2017.
Like I posted like my first video in 2016, and that was when my show Lost and Found came out.
Right.
And so those kind of like aligned together, and I was making a lot of covers and mainly that.
Yeah,
and
Billie Eilish and everything.
Billie Eilish knows me.
That's so crazy, eh? We love Billie.
One day I'm gonna meet her and she's gonna be like, "Why are you so familiar?" And I'm like, "Cause you liked my voice and my face and my eyebrows."
Did she see your eyebrows?
Yeah.
She should have good eyebrows.
Thank you so much.
You have such a great voice. You should sing more.
Thank you.
You should do more singing content
Everyone
if you're comfortable
says
with
that.
it.
Yeah. It's one of those things that like I lost a passion for.
Of course.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll ever find it again, or do you want to ever find it again?
I do. I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I think that, but it comes with the block that I'm at right now is songwriting.
Yeah.
Because I can do covers. I'm great at covers. I can sing other people's songs, but can I write my own song? And that's where I'm like really getting in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, everyone's like, you should make music, you should do this. And it's like, I would rather speak from my own lyrics than like have someone else write a song for me.
Mm-hmm.
But writing a song seems so difficult.
I couldn't imagine.
I
am not musically inclined.
Yeah, like Lauren does it all the time so easily. And I'm just like,
so good.
Dude, like how do you fucking do that? Like you're in the creative flow, but like I need to allow myself to be in that.
It's crazy.
Without judging myself and like being really nitpicky along the way, because you can't be. So yeah, that's like my roadblock with that.
I feel like there are so many like different outlets for people who write songs, because I used to follow like a lot of songwriters because I love music and I love like singer-songwriter like style and like very indie based people who aren't super like relatively well known, and just like the different things that people need to do to like get to that point to be able to create a song. It's like so like vast for different people.
It is.
Like do you think you just like lock yourself like in the woods in a cabin for like 2 weeks by yourself, and like some people need to be like isolated, some need to be like experiencing things all the time.
It's
intense.
So bizarre. Like the songwriting process, like it is not like what people think it is. Like you don't just like, something needs to crack in me. And it hasn't cracked yet.
We're not all Lady Gaga. We can't like write paparazzi in 2 minutes in the shower.
Literally. Like what? Like it is crazy. But you know what? I will get there one day, and I have the intention for it. So it will happen.
We're manifesting.
Yes.
Amazing.
Absolutely.
That's so lovely.
Yep.
Where are we going with that? I'm having deja vu right now. I had a dream about this 3 years ago.
3 years ago?
I have goosebumps right now. Pause. That's so fucking crazy.
What?
I'm not even kidding.
Can you tell me
this
the dream?
exact moment? Literally, because I have a lot of really vivid dreams, like all the time.
Yeah.
I manifest in my dreams. Like I have dreams that things have happened and things that will happen, like all the time.
Yeah.
I had this literally just my vision right now. This color I remember seeing in my vision. I was talking with somebody into a podcast. I don't even think I knew what a podcast was at that point. And I wrote it in my dream journal. I'm gonna see if I can find it. I think it's at my mom's.
What?
That was so weird. That literally just hit me, and I'm like, I've done this before. And I'm like, 3 years ago, I was in my room. I woke up. It was a rainy day, and I literally wrote this down.
So what was
weird.
like? What was the energy of like when you woke up? Like, what kind of feeling did you get?
I think
from
I was
it?
confused.
You were confused.
It felt like a
Were you
job.
Excited?
It felt like career based. It felt like a career based dream, which is weird.
Slay.
That's weird, and that's all I can remember now.
That's fucked.
there was like a screenshot that just happened, and I was like,
yeah, and now it's gone.
we've been here, and yeah, now she's gone. That's weird. Sorry.
Wow.
Anyway,
This is a canon moment. A canon. What do they call it?
canon event.
This is a canon
This is a
event.
canon event.
This is literally a canon event.
See, this is where we need the Spider-Man outside the window.
Right? Like, what the hell? Where's the Spider-Man when you need
Where
it?
are the Spider-Man?
Dude, that's
I literally got
insane.
goosebumps. I'm like, I've been here. This is like literally a thing. We've
I
done
love
this
those
already.
moments. But that's like a good sign that like something is aligning right for you.
Whew.
A lot of stuff is aligning.
I need to smoke a joint.
Oh my god, let's fucking do it, dude. Like,
Wow, that was wild.
What?
I'm like all kerfuffled though. Like my brain is like all like thrown off.
wow, that's so
Wow.
cool. Did you know who I was in the dream? When you had the dream,
Nope.
did you know who it was?
I don't think you had a face. I really don't think. I don't remember like a specific person. I remember the colors.
Did you watch the last episode of Safe Space
What was the last one?
with
Your
my friend
tattoo
Eddie?
artist?
Yeah.
Yes. I think I listened to the first half of a little bit.
Okay, because we talked about
I just throw you
dreams.
on when I'm in the background.
Oh.
No, I don't think I heard you like get to the dream
Oh yeah,
parts.
we talked about dreams.
Weird.
And how like she was like, you need to get a dream journal, you need to write your dreams down because like
they all mean things.
oh my god, like the dream I was telling you earlier, like that was like very significant.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it here, but
Sorry, we're gatekeeping Kira's dreams.
Yeah. Not for everyone's knowledge, but anyways,
Yeah.
what were you about to ask me? You're about to ask me.
Yeah, just like your stance on like what's your relationship with your dreams like throughout your life. Like are dreams like a super oh my God. I
know-
told you I'm gonna get weird. I get so awkward.
Okay, well, good question, Kayla.
Just,
Thank you.
know, yeah, thank you.
You're
I prepared that question.
You're interviewing me now on my own podcast. Well, you know what? I've actually always had chronic nightmares.
Really?
Yep.
My husband has.
Yep.
Always.
I've always had nightmares. Like ever since I was
Like
really
night
young.
terrors or just like weird nightmares?
Nightmares
Like would you-
and night terrors. Like sometimes I would wake up sweating, kind of thing.
That's me right now.
Literally,
That's
like
so
with
weird.
cold sweats. Yeah, because I like grew up with a lot of anxiety and OCD and like
You think it's manifested in your dreams?
yes, absolutely. But now that I'm like, I feel safer in my life, I have more neutral dreams for
Good.
sure. And I find that in my dreams, I will get messages for sure.
Yeah.
About like, you know, intuitive messages about
Of
like
course.
my life, what I should do, what's the best next move, stuff like that.
My edible dreams are like the total opposite.
Edible dreams?
Yeah, like after I take edibles, like the dreams I get after I take edibles. Oh, and I guess that context. Sorry. Can I talk about that on here?
Please.
Okay, yeah. So
Did you see I have a whole episode about smoking weed?
I know. There's boundaries. I just want to double check.
Yeah.
We're in Canada. It's legal.
Yeah.
We can buy candy at the stores. It's fine. Which me and my husband pretty much take mostly every night. It's great for sleep, good for snackies
Yeah.
and whatever. But I get the weirdest fucking dreams.
Really?
Like that don't make sense. Okay, so want to hear about my one
Because
dream?
I smoke weed every night.
Just edibles. Like smoking doesn't.
Oh.
It's yeah,
Okay.
strange.
No.
We got cut off. We died or something. It got
Yeah.
warm.
So we got high and our camera died. Or our my camera died, so we got high. And now I don't know what we're talking about, but like every 20 minutes we come back in this room to talk more, and then another 20 minutes we go out there in the cool room and talk without the microphone.
What were we talking about?
I don't know. but I
We
think
left off with dreams, high dreams.
I think we have to end the podcast.
Oh, okay, sorry. Bye. This has been fun. This has been fun. Thanks for having me.
What high dream? Oh, the one you
What?
told me. The edible dream. The one where you're...
Oh, yeah, no, Brad Pitt.
That
No, I
red-
had a weird high dream, and it was about Brad Pitt, and we were like filming a movie, but we were in the movie. It's like we were existing within the movie, but I knew it was a movie, but everyone else was just in this movie universe, but we were actually actors
Yeah.
acting, but our mindset was in the film.
Yes.
Anyways,
I get it.
the whole point of the movie was that Brad Pitt and I, obviously, were supposed to end up together. And we just, everyone, like, no one said it out loud, but it was just embedded in our brain that that's how the ending was supposed to be.
You had to be with
And he was just so,
Bad Prit.
he, World War Z is a great movie. Have you watched that?
No.
I don't like zombie movies, but it's a zombie movie with Brad Pitt. World War Z. It's so good.
I don't like war or zombies.
No, it's not war. It's just World War zombies, but it's not like a real war. It's like end of the worldy.
I don't
Which
like that.
are you not a spooky? Oh, you're a Taurus.
What do you mean?
I don't know.
What does that have to do with anything?
No,
Am I not a spooky movie girl?
You should try World
Well,
War Z.
I've watched spooky movies, but
Like, do you like scary
the thing
movies?
is, sometimes. But the thing is, like, they get in my head.
Well, and if you have like past with night terrors and stuff too,
Yeah.
that's fair. I understand.
yeah, and then like, but I'll just start thinking like really dark. Like
yeah,
when I
it
watch
gets you stuck into it.
Yeah, when I watch a scary movie, I'll start to think dark.
That's
and
how-
I don't want to do that.
No, that's how I feel with I like supernatural stuff. Like
Yeah.
I love really scary movies, but like gore, it's not even that it scares me. It just makes me feel so yuck. And I like even it'll affect me for like a couple days. Like the only like gory movies I've been able to watch is Saw, which even that is like gross. But like I think I like the story, which is what brought me to it.
Ugh.
I don't do good with like gory shit.
Yeah, no. I mean, what's the point? Why are you watching that?
It's not good.
Like, who? I mean, no offense if you do watch it.
If you
I don't
enjoy
give a
it,
fuck.
That's so good for you.
I don't give a fuck what you watch, but I am not watching that shit.
My brain is fucked up enough. I don't need a movie to do it to me.
Exactly. All of the scariest shit is already inside my brain,
Oh my God,
so I
angst.
don't need to take any more in.
She's an angsty teen.
I'm an angsty teen. Like, I'm an angsty 24-year-old. Am I 24? I don't know. Yes.
And they're 25. Oh, are you younger than me?
What are you, 98?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 99.
Oh, child.
I'm a baby. I'm a baby. Okay, we should probably end this podcast because we will just keep doing this.
And we probably will after we turn the camera off.
And I'm gonna like hate editing how long this is, but it's gonna be so fun. No, I'm not gonna hate it. I'm gonna love editing this.
Love.
I'm gonna enjoy the hell out of editing this.
It's a slay mama.
I'm gonna be a slay mama when I'm editing
Shoot.
it. Like,
This was so fun.
I know. Thanks for coming on.
I'm sorry I ranted about I don't even know what I talked about. I don't remember. I blacked out what
No.
we just talked about.
I don't know what we talked about, but whatever we talked about, I hope you enjoyed it.
This is so fun.
And please come on anytime.
I
Come over
will.
anytime. We can do this. Plug whatever you want to plug right now.
I can plug.
You can do a plug.
That's so exciting.
Of course.
At Kayla Zulik Russo. I mean, obviously my TikTok is still active. I still post on there, but I am really trying to like put my main focus on like Instagram and YouTube. I just kind of like the short filmy feels vibe of
Yeah.
Instagram, you know, it's like all that fun stuff. So
Yeah.
check it out if you like it. Give me a follow. If you don't, please don't. And be nice.
They will.
Do you know what I say at the end of my YouTube videos?
What?
Stay kind, stay hydrated,
That's great.
and I'll see you in the next one.
Let's do it. Ready? 1,
Oh my
2,
God.
3.
Stay kind, stay hydrated, and I'll see you in the next one.
Mwah. Thanks, guys.
Thank
Love
you
you.
for
See you
being
next week. A little kiss ASMR.
Thank you so much for being here today. This was so much fun.
You're good at it.
I know. I want to start a YouTube. I want to start an ASMR YouTube. Thank you so much.
You're really good at ASMR.
Some people really like the clickies,
They love
but some people really don't, and they get aggressive over it.
You know what's funny is that like Lauren's job is to get clicks out of people's mouths.
Oh, she shouldn't work for ASMR artists.
No.
She would have no job. Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Kayla. I love you so much. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Have a great week. Wait, yeah. Oh, God.
That was so good.
Oh, my God.
Well, you have fun with that.